So there are mainly two types of a information system. We'll see today the types of information system. In the last lecture, we have seen what are the advantages of information system, what are the objectives and the components of information system. So today we'll cover the type of information system. So there are mainly two types of a information system. Information system, as you can see this diagram, information system is to be classified into two parts, two types, that is operational support system and management support system. As the name indicates, operational support system, that means it is related to the operations performed on the information system. And management support system, that is important to the management. Okay, one by one we'll see in a detail. The operational support system, that is to be divided into specialized processing system, transaction processing system, process control system, and entire collaboration system. As the management support system, it is also having the different types, that is MIS, TSS. MIS, that means management of information system, decision support system, executive information system, and specialized processing system. These two are common in the information systems. Okay, so one by one we'll see operational support system. What does it mean? One by one we'll see all the types in operational support system, and then we will go through the management support system. So the operational support system, the information system that have always been required to process the data generated by and it is used in the business operations. So the operation support system produces a variety of information for both internal and external use. So operational information system that process on the information system information in such a way that it produces a variety of information for both internal and external use. Okay, so they do not provide a specific information that can be best used by the managers for the analytical decisions, for the analytical decision making. Management support system is usually used for such a purposes. So in operational support system, it is usually used for performing operations on information which are useful for the both internal and external use. Management support system, that both are used. Management support system, they are used for taking the analytical decision making, for the analytical decision making purpose. So all the information that is to be analyzed, it is processed, and then it is to be used. So these are the both types, that is operational support system and the management support system. Operations are to be performed on an information system, that is operational support system, and management support system, which is useful for the taking the decisions. So the role of operational support system is the process the business transactions and the control individual processes. Okay, support enterprise communication and the collaboration, update the corporate database efficiently. So that is the work of role of operational support system. What is the work? It is the process. It is to process a business transactions, control individual processes, support enterprise communication and collaborations, and update the corporate database efficiently. So that is the work of operational support system. So there are many examples, that is transaction processing system, that are the type of a operational support system. That is an important example of operational support system that records and process the data collected from the business transactions. So whatever the transactions are to be done, the data collected from that transactions. For example, point of scale system, that is POS, point of scale system, sale system at many retail stores use the electronic cash register terminals to capture and transmit the sales data electronically over telecommunication network. Okay, so to the computer centers for processing. So here the example, that is POS. So that is a system at many retail stores use the electronic cash register terminal. So to capture and transmit the sales data electronically over the telecommunication network to computer centers for processing of data. So the transaction processing system that process the data in two basic ways. So here you can see the transaction processing system that process the data in a two ways. And that is first one, that is batch processing. That is batch processing and real-time processing. Okay. So in a batch processing, we will see some examples. These transaction data are accumulated over the period of time and processed periodically. So the examples are check clearance and the bill generation. These are the examples of batch processing in a transaction processing system. So written order asking a bank to transfer an amount of money to an account. Okay. So people deposit them into their account. So it involves checking the person has the correct funds. So it will take a 2 or 3 days. Money is withdrawn when check has been cleared. So money withdrawn by the end user whenever the check has been cleared. Bill generation. Next example, that is bill generation. Invoice given to the customer for supplied goods or the service generated at the rescheduled time. So the user can effectively manage their time done as a group. So they can manage their time. The next, that is real-time processing. In a real-time processing, we can see the example of, it is also transaction processing, and all online transaction processing systems incorporate real-time processing capabilities. Okay, so the many online systems also depend on capabilities of fault-tolerant computer system that can continue to operate even if the parts of the system fails. So examples like a reservation system and point of sale terminals. So at the reservation system, it is used in any type of a business involved in setting aside, that is product or server for the customers. So train tickets, that is the example. It requires the acceptable response time. The next is a process control. We have in with the covered with the transaction processing system. Now we'll see process control system. It monitors and control the physical processes in any organization. So, for example, the petroleum refinery uses the electronic sensors. Okay, petroleum company is there, and they are using electronic sensors like means which are linked to the computers to monitor the chemical processes continuously and make instant adjustment to control the refinery process. So that is a process control system or process of petroleum industry that is controlled by the computer. So that is process control system. Enterprise collaboration system. So that focuses on enhancing the team and work group communication and the productivity. And it includes the applications that are sometimes called as a office automation system. So for example, the member in project team use the email, okay, to send and receive any message, or they can use video conferencing to hold the meetings to coordinate their activities. So likewise, the enterprise collaboration system works. So in next, we'll see the management support system.